Hello and welcome to How to Sell to Humans, a show all about the art and science of selling. I'm Timothy Bull. I'm a working sales and marketing professional based in the UK, and the purpose of the show really is to look at what works now in sales and marketing as opposed to maybe what worked 20-30 years ago, but also looking at what is timeless. So I wanted to talk today about something that's been on my mind. And that is really dealing with doubt. There's a big part in sales that is doubt, and I think a key part of how successful you're going to be in it is all to do with how well you handle that doubt. Now, I think all of us get hit by this from certain times. You know, we lose a deal that we don't win a piece of business we thought we were going to get. It all looked like everything was lined up. We were speaking to the right people. They had the budget. They said they really liked us. They seem to have a reason to buy, all those kind of big things, and it falls through. Other times when the competition can kind of pip you at the post, and there's a large part in the way sales, to put a fine point on it, sales is often a zero-sum game, meaning that there has to be someone who wins and someone who loses. If I win a piece of business, if the company I'm working for, if we sell software to in a large organization, that likely means that I've got counterparts at other software companies in our market who have just had a no. Likewise, I might come, say, second to winning a significant piece of business, but then it just sort of, you get nothing for second. So it's often those times you can sort of start really doubting yourself and saying, well, do I have the skills for this? Does this really work for me? So I think there are a number of different ways I really handle that doubt. So I'd say a part of things is always understanding that it's not permanent. So it's not simply because someone has said no to me doesn't mean that everyone else is going to say no to me. It doesn't mean the universe is out to get me. Secondly, it's not personal. So as much as it pains me to say it, I have to really understand that what's going on here. It's not personal. It's not attacking me directly. So so when I look at these sort of things, I have to think, okay, it's not personal. It's not personal. It's not permanent. The universe is not just going to say no to Tim. So very much when I look at these things, I say to myself, okay, so if it's not permanent, it's not personal, then how then do I deal with those kind of doubts? I think one way is through having a very healthy pipeline. So this is another thing. If you wanna work on several P's, I would definitely say pipeline is a really top thing. What is it that's genuine in your pipe? Your sales funnel that is actually reasonable. Have you qualified them properly? Do you understand what they're looking for? Have you clearly matched what they're looking for to what you offer? And sort of building on those other things, I think as well, it's a case of sometimes reflecting on things like taking stock of, say, for example, something I love in what I do is I've now got a number of very happy customers who are very happy to go and tell other people about what you offer. So when it comes to looking at another P with a product, I say to myself, okay, we've got a good product. Always a big believer that your product is never perfect, and what I mean by that is that the minute you think your product is perfect, typically is the minute you stop listening to people. You stop listening to your customers when they say, it's really good, Tim, but we'd love you to add this, we'd love you to do that. So I think that's a big part of overcoming those doubts. And another thing, I caught up with a good friend of mine for a cup of tea the other day, and I'd sort of told him a bit about what I'm doing with the company I'm working for at the moment. And his name's John, my best man. And John sort of said to me, Tim, have you taken stock of what you've achieved so far? And I sort of sat there and I thought of it. And from my perspective, I've working with a great team. We've taken software that hasn't really had a foothold or any real kind of anything really fully established here in the UK, and we now turn this into we've now got won a number of significant pieces of business here. So I think another part of it is really sort of taking stock of kind of where you've been. So it's kind of saying, okay, so we've achieved this so far. And when John said that to me, I just had to really think and say, okay, yeah, I need to sort of take this stuff on board. and so sort of taking stock of things in the past. I would say another thing is being really grateful for kind of where you've been, the people who've supported you, people who have your back. Having that gratitude as well helps overcome a lot of those doubts. And another sort of piece I think about is having really a clear idea of where you want to be in the future. So for me, it's very much looking at where is it I want to be professionally. I could say, for example, professionally, I want to take this piece of this company, this part of the company I'm overseeing, I want to turn it into a 10, 20, 30 million pound turnover company. I see the opportunities there, and I see the opportunity that we could really do well and win that. So to kind of recap, when it comes to dealing with those doubts, particularly doubts around sales, some of the things that have really helped me have been reflecting that whatever's happening, it's not permanent. Simply because no one says yes doesn't mean it's going to be forever permanent. Secondly, it's not personal. It's not sort of we hate Tim, so therefore nothing's going to go my way. It's also about pipeline, and I think something I really want to just thinking about. I want to add to that pipeline piece is saying, well, as part of that pipeline, it's not just a pipeline of opportunities coming in, but also how am I developing my skills? How am I stepping up to the plate? How am I actually developing my own abilities? What am I reading? What am I learning? So what's happening in my own kind of skills pipeline? How am I developing those? How am I building those up in strength? How am I getting the confidence to approach things? That's another kind of part of the pipeline, is your own abilities, your own skills. Are you reading people? Are you watching YouTube videos? So that's another part of the pipeline. Then you've got your product. Make sure you're confident in what you're selling. Make sure you understand what you're selling. You don't need to be fully technical, fully detailed, but people can really tell if you understand what it is you're selling. Maybe not the technical details, but certainly like, why do customers buy? What is it that stands out for them about your product? And what does it solve? What does it fix for people? And then just reiterating some of those other bits and pieces as well. Being able to take stock of what you've achieved. And if you can take that proper stock, you can say, okay, well, I've done this so far, what can I do next? And then it's being grateful, being thankful for all the good people that you're working with, who are supporting you, and also then looking to the future and saying, well, what are my goals? What are my ambitions? Because sometimes you can stare forever kind of inwardly and it gets you nowhere, but it's looking forward, looking to the horizon. That's the really big thing. So that's just a little few thoughts about dealing with doubt. It's a big topic in sales. What I would say is I run this channel kind of as a way of helping people, maybe not necessarily people just working in sales, people also sort of head up small businesses, do all these other bits and pieces. And I really want to encourage you to subscribe, click the bell for notifications. I'm going to be working on a whole load more videos as we go along, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. This has been Timothy Bull with How to Sell to Humans. Good luck and happy selling. Alright, bye for now. Bye bye.